Going to be speaking also have Deputy Mayor Mike Harrison. Okay? So,
Okay.
whenever you're ready.
All right.
Good?
So we're here because of an unfortunate and a tragic event that occurred in the middle of the night last night at the Park Towers. We had a group of kids who are not from New Orleans, but they are from the region, and they found their way into that fenced area of that building, as we all know who are from here, that it is an abandoned building. And it's a tall tower, and the kids were able to get access inside of that building. And about 12:04, just right after midnight, we received a 911 call that there had been an accident in the building with the kids. One of the kids had an injury, and one kid actually died. What happened, the facts are still fluid right now, but we wanted to give you as much information as we could. These are teenagers, and so they did a little urban exploring. And they, as I said, entered access or gained access inside, and they had been going up the inside stairwell. And the staircase, to my understanding, doesn't have railings. And one of them did fall and was deceased. Now, when EMS, or when the call came out, EMS was the first to actually gain access into the building to treat the patient who had been injured. One of the kids had some, I guess, lacerations to his arm and needed immediate attention. He was transported to UMC, and yet there was another kid there who had died. And so then the police did enter, and with the coroners were able to have the decedent removed from the building. So those are the general facts of the matter. I have the deputy mayor here with me who will speak to anything from the city perspective. Y'all know Chief Gernon, he's the chief over the investigations. This is private property, and it's not city-owned property. So, you know, there was a intrusion into the fenced area. And with that, we'll try to answer as many questions as possible, and that's what I know.
Yeah, we can get the questions after.
To our left, WGNO.
So before we do that, this is truly a tragic incident, and so no one, kids or adults, no one should be entering into boarded up abandoned buildings, especially when they're secured. Let us make sure we offer our condolences and sympathies to this young man who lost his life. Once again, the administration is in touch and has been in touch with the ownership. It is the owner's responsibility to ensure that this abandoned building is secure and that no one can enter it. There have been issues in the past about the security of the building, but the city has been in contact with the ownership, even very recently. And so we just want to make it clear that it is their responsibility to make sure it's secure. We want to admonish the youth of this city, everybody, not to enter abandoned buildings, not to celebrate, not to explore. It is very unsafe, as what we've seen overnight. Let me just say on behalf of the mayor, thank you to the brave men and women who went in, even though this building has been abandoned for many years and is declared unsafe. They went in and did what was necessary to make sure that we could save anyone that could or needed to be saved, and to remove the remains of the person who died inside of this building as a result of a fall. So, you know, we run towards danger, not away from it. We want to make sure that we celebrate the people who actually put their lives on the line to go help and save other people. With that, I think the chief said we'll take any questions.
Will there be any like trespassing charges or anything like that?
You know, this is a day of grieving. We will address that at a later time, but again, like the deputy mayor said, there are a group of kids, and so all of them are grieving along with his family. Trespassing would be an appropriate charge, but that's something we're going to address later.
The issue?
So it was said that alcohol might have been involved. Can you talk more about how you came to that conclusion?
Well, as you said, it might be involved. We're going to look into all of that. These kids, every single one of them are traumatized. Their families are traumatized. I talked to the sheriff, who is associated with where the kids lived. And so right now, we just want to put our focus on that first.
Sorry, you said the sheriff was associated with one of the kids?
I'm sorry.
He asked if the sheriff is associated with the kids. Which sheriff?
You know, I think that the sheriff is probably close with some of the family members. It's Plaquemines County, I believe, is who the sheriff.
And which is my question was where are the teams from? You said nothing was.
I know that, I believe Belle Chase is where for sure the decedent is from.
All right, Jennifer, Fox 8.
So are they known to the sheriff of Plaquemines, or they're known to the sheriff of Orleans?
You know, well, that I can't speak to, so.
The kid who had the lacerations, how were they hurt?
As I understand, I'm going to let the Chief Garnon to address that specific.
Based on obviously very preliminary information, right? We're still looking into this. He hurt himself. This is not a safe building. This is not a safe place to poke around in at night, in the dark, in the middle of the night. So it appears as though he hurt himself, that he cut himself, he cut his arm, he cut his wrist, things like that.
So self-inflicted wounds, or he had an accident?
No, not self-inflicted as in he
Okay.
was trying to harm himself. It was not self-harm. It was he hurt himself poking around a very
Got it.
dangerous abandoned building in the middle of the night.
Okay, and
Yep.
what floor did the teenager who died on?
Out of respect for his family, we're not going to disclose that right now.
Could the owner of the building face charges? This is a known hazardous area.
You know, I would say possibly, but we want to look at everything. And today is not the day for that. So we want to stabilize the situation and first and foremost, let everyone grieve. We'll deal with that later, but
Lastly, how
Yeah.
many kids were in this group?
it was a
What were
group
their
of
age range?
kids. They were in their later teens, like 16, 17-year age, and a group of kids. Again, we don't know for sure the exact numbers. I think some of them could have left. And so we'll find out.
Meg,
Were
Lily.
they high schoolers? Were they Bellchase High? Do we know that?
Probably that age could, you know, even start college, but it's in that age group where you're a high schooler or about to start college.
And did the deceased fall and hit his or her head? Was it?
Well, that would be something that we wouldn't have a detail for you. We can confirm that it was a fall.
Could you confirm, it's the Plaza Tower, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
How high did they
It
go
was,
up?
it was a higher floor. But that's really, you know, that's a detail. We'll give you all the details. That's for another day.
I mean, I would imagine it's pitch black in there. Is-
Yeah, I would imagine too. And so that's why, you know, it may seem like it's a fun thing to do, to explore like that. However, this particular building, and thank all of us who are in New Orleans, we know this building. This is a dangerous building. And so please stay out of these and all abandoned vehicles, but or buildings per se. But this one's a tall building, and so it poses its unique dangers.
Chief, I'm just checking, is there a thing on TikTok or social media of teens in general, you know, wanting to do this
I
urban
think, you
exploring?
know,
Because we've heard about this in some other abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
Is this a trend or no? Isolated?
I can't say that it's a trend. I would have to tell you, it's not a trend to my knowledge about it. I haven't heard about a trend associated with it. Urban exploring is a bit of a trend, and that we would call this an urban exploration, but it's a deadly one. It is high risk. And so people who trespass to get into these buildings, it may seem like a fun event, but it comes with some very high risk. And when you're young, you aren't calculating these risks per se. So whether you're an older person or a younger person, this is risky behavior. Yeah, so any other things?
Just one last
Unfortunately,
question.
okay.
Lots of times when we drive by there's like a security car there. Do you know if they had security on site at the time?
It's my understanding that there is security provided, but I can't tell you it was there at the time because obviously the kids got in. So
We are
yeah.
providing temporary visibility as we make more communication, have more communication with ownership about their responsibility to
Yeah.
secure it.
Ground fog?
Yeah. Well,
As long as long as we can while we are engaging with ownership.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you very